It is Saturday night here in Southern California, and from Championship Soccer Stadium in Irvine, California, it's Orange County Soccer Club and OKC Energy FC, a big game with playoff implications here tonight. Josh Eastern and Bruce Silverman along here with you. Orange County comes in above the line, OKC Energy FC below the line, and that's what makes this so important.
Oh, it absolutely does. I mean, look, let's face it, you want to be above the line at the end of the season. You want to be one of those 10 teams that can claim a playoff position.
Now let's take a further look at Michael Seton, your pro sport player to watch for Orange County.
He is so dangerous, so explosive, loves the ball at his feet, and when he has an opportunity, he can really take his rips. Look at that, 5 goals, 55 shots on goal this season.
A really experienced player is Michael Seton there for Orange County. He'll lead the attack, and the man who will look to stop Michael Seton is this man, Cody Lorendi.
I mean, I think Cody Lorendi has been playing professional soccer for like the past 75 years. Seems like he has been around forever, going back to his days in Fort Lauderdale. He is the man. He is the backstop. He is the heartbeat of the Energy.
And of course, he leads the league in saves with 98. He could get save number 100 here tonight. So a juicy matchup for you tonight here from Irvine, California. Can Orange County get back on track after their winning streak was snapped last week, or can OKC Energy come back to LA and get a big win? Lineups and first kick coming up next here on ESPN+.
At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you.
New Canada Dry Ginger Ale and Lemonade. The perfect blend of real ginger taste with a splash of real juice. Are you ready to taste Nirvana?
Hey, honey! Do we want to taste Nirvana?
Yeah, sure.
How long have you been sitting in my yard?
Since Tuesday.
Try New Canada Dry Ginger Ale and Lemonade.
Give them an inch, they will take a mile. Just like that. Goal! Orange County. Oh, it's a world-class goal from Orange County.
Just about set to go tonight from Championship Soccer Stadium here in Irvine, California. Orange County Soccer Club and OKC Energy FC. Let's take a look at tonight's starting 11. It's brought to you by Adidas, the official merchandise of the OCSC. Let's take a look at Orange County's lineup. 4 changes to Braden Cloutier's 11.
Yeah, he's got some personnel back that he's really excited about. Key players, Quinn and Forrester, back in the lineup. They did not play a week ago against RGV.
And he said that some youngsters got an opportunity to get into the lineup, but now the more experienced players back in for Orange County. On the other side, for OKC Energy, 2 changes for Steve Cook's 11.
Yeah, he makes some changes. It's okay because Lorendi is back there, 31 years old. He's the guy that is going to prevent OC from getting into the back of the net. This is a really interesting matchup, Josh, because what we've got here is a team that's above the line and a team that wants to be above the line, and the team that is above the line only wants to play themselves into a home game in the playoffs.
And that will be a very key home game if they can get it. A look there at Steve Cook, but now it's time for the Hoag Orthopedic Institute injury report. Liam Trotter is still out for Orange County, and of course a few players out for OKC Energy here tonight.
For Energy, I mean, look, it looks like a MASH unit right there. You know, at the end of the season, this is what you don't want to see. You don't want to see 4 guys that are unable to play. You want a full complement of players when you're looking to get into a playoff position. For OC, they're in a good position. They've got their best lineup out there tonight. They got players back that they need, healthy and not suspended. So when they take the pitch tonight, OC likes the chances, and they love the fact that they're playing at home.
The only player suspended, though, is Michael Orozco. So he will miss tonight at center back, but some capable players that Brendan Cloutier can put back there on that back line. A look at our referee tonight, Michael Radchuk. He'll be the man in the middle. We are just about set to go. This crowd is ready for this Saturday night here in Irvine.
Frederick Douay has been a great addition to this squad as well. Great in the backstop, and a guy that they can really depend upon.
And he was acquired from Hartford Athletic earlier this season. He slotted into that #1 spot ahead of Aaron Cervantes. We'll get into a little bit more later. He is on the bench here tonight. Just waiting now for the whistle. There it is from Michael Radchuk, underway from Irvine, California. Christian Isley gets us underway. It's OKC Energy in their all-white kits, and of course, it is Orange County in their black and orange. And the offside flag goes up early there on Deshaun Brown.
They really need to make sure that they stay onside. They need to take advantage of the opportunities on the breakaways, and those are the types of things early in a game you get called offside, that can become a habit.
We'll see how that plays out the rest of the night. Obviously, it's been a tough go of it as of late for OKC. They have not won in their last 5 matches, 0-3-2. That includes a 5-1 loss at Los Dos right here in Southern California just last Saturday. So they're right back here to Southern California, hoping to flip the script. And Steve Cook's side comes in under the line, but a few weeks ago, they were in 4th place before they went to Real Monarchs. The 2-2 draw there, and now they have some ground to make up with not a whole lot of games left.
Yeah, Cook told us that it's been an inconsistent season. A lot of factors involved in that, but the inconsistency is the type of thing that when you get down the stretch and you start falling on the table, you lose confidence. Right now, you've got to play with a tremendous amount of confidence.
We'll see if they can turn things around tonight. The last time these two teams played was a 1-0 win for OKC back in Oklahoma City. Darwin Jones scoring in the 4th minute in that match. Well, that was way back in April. Seems like it was almost a different season from what it is now, but we're getting into the final few matches of this season. On the other side for Orange County, they had a 6-game winning streak snapped when they went to RGV on Saturday. And it was a match in which Brendan Cloutier said they just lacked that killer instinct and some of that intensity. Tried to maybe create some more intensity at halftime, but didn't quite work out for them.
And I also asked him about streaks. And at some point, you almost want the streak to end, and he talked about that. Because if they won 6 straight, if they had run into the playoffs with the win, you're starting to think, how long can this streak go? Because streaks typically end. So now they have an opportunity tonight to start a new streak.
Phoenix Rising was brought up in that conversation as well. Obviously, they had their 20-game win streak snapped a few weeks ago to Fresno, but you might think that it's maybe a good thing that that happened, and for OC, maybe the same for them as well.
Well, it gives teams an opportunity to reset, refocus, and move forward, because now the goal is not just to make the playoffs. Now the goal is to win the whole thing.
Here comes Darwin Jones back the other way, trying to slip it inside. He's sent back to Cody Lorendi, who puts his left foot through it.
You want to be in a position to make the playoffs. OC's there. OKC is trying to play themselves into it. They got to run the table the remaining games of the season to have a shot at that. But beyond that, look, all roads go through Phoenix.
Absolutely, and OKC's road the last week of the season will also go through Phoenix. This match here tonight, RGV back at home next Sunday, and then Phoenix Rising on the road to close out the season. You have to go to Phoenix needing some points. That would be mighty difficult, so I'm sure Steve Cook wants to get those 3 points here tonight, maybe next week as well, and then see where they lie after that.
Phoenix has had just an absolutely unbelievable season. Highland, a very crafty veteran, played a lot of football over the years. It's going to be very hard to break down that right side and beat that left fullback.
Now Michael Seton trying to get on the ball. He goes tumbling over. OKC able to win it back in the midfield with Brown. And now OKC trying to build an attack here out of the back. Jones over the top looking for Deshaun Brown. Dewey way off his line. All he can do is clear this out of play.
Smart play to come out and clear it out, but you got to time it right, because if you don't, you're very susceptible leaving that net wide open. All it takes is one player to get there before he does, punch it into the middle open net, and in that case, you or I could score from up here.
You'd at least think, right? In Orange County, of course, they had that 6-game win streak snapped against RGV, but a few of those wins, at least 4 of their last 5 wins, 3 of them were on the road. So they have done a decent number of wins on the road, but about 75% of their wins in total have come at home, 8 of their 12.
And this is such a beautiful stadium, beautiful setting. Weather is ideal. You know, we talked to Brendan Cloutier during the season, about the season. We talked to him the other day. And the travel, he said, it's all over the place. You're at high altitude, low altitude, hot weather, cold weather. That's what the West is all about. So when you get home and the weather is perfect and you're on grass and you're playing at home, you're sleeping in your bed, this is where you want to be. That's why climbing up the ladder and making sure that you're hosting at least the first round of the playoffs is the goal right now for this Orange County squad.
And there was a chance of snow a couple weekends ago, maybe it was last weekend in Reno. And those are just kind of conditions you have to play through as we get into fall, but in Southern California, it never feels like fall. Always, or at least usually, beautiful weather down here in Orange County.
It's the weather where you want to be driving a convertible and you want to put the top down day and night.
6 minutes gone. Not a whole lot going either way, but here's Orange County looking to build forward. It's Kevin Alston wearing the captain's armband. He's at right back for Braden Cloutier tonight for Orange County.
Right now, Orange County really dictating the pace, keeping the ball at their feet, and OKC is just reactionary to everything. They have to have an opportunity to settle the ball down.
Here's Michael Seton looking to create that first opportunity. It's played wide. Coming back middle is Van Wolfgang. Now it's Quinn. And Wolfgang gets it right back. He'll distribute wide. The cross comes in. A couple of men in the middle towards that back post. It was Michael Seton who got up for it.
He was the player that we highlighted before the game as the player to watch. The reason that he is so dangerous is not only can he get up on a header like that, but the play started with him in the mouth of the 18 distributing the ball. There aren't that many strikers that like the ball at their feet but are willing to give it away. And he knew that he didn't have the shot. He kicked it out, recycled back to him, gets his head on it, puts it wide. He may not make that same mistake twice.
We'll see. Movement off the ball has become so important in today's game, and for some of these strikers, just getting in good positions can really help them out in the end, and doing that extra work off the ball. So he gets headed around, eventually falls here to the top of the box. Forrester towards the end line. Did it take a deflection off OKC? It did. It will be a corner kick here for Orange County. This OCSC corner kick is fueled by Shell Fuel Rewards. Text now to 83835 to download the app and begin saving on fuel.
Big play there is Kyle Highland just keeping his body right behind the offensive player, making sure that he couldn't turn around on it, get a shot off, or even center it.
Aiden Quinn, the in-swinger right into the middle, headed on and over.
Here's the thing right now. OKC is allowing too many opportunities in the box. This one headed over. 2 headers nearly on frame in the first 10 minutes. OKC needs to settle down defensively and move the ball forward. Give that man, Cody Lorendi, a break. But they've got to create opportunities on the other end. And so far, they haven't had the ball long enough to create any opportunities.
Once again, it falls here for Michael Seton. They're able to keep possession with Alston. Of course, Walker Hume at 6'5". I'm sure we'll see him a few more times on some set pieces for Orange County tonight.
Hard not to like having fullbacks that are 6'5".
You don't see it often.
Usually they're center backs, and those are the guys that you definitely want forward and in the box on set pieces. But when you've got a guy that can play out on the wing and be that versatile, you've got really good situations at hand.
Forrester putting some pressure. And OKC able to keep possession here. Maybe they can look to build into the attack for the first time. Come to this near side with Highland and some room to work for the left back. Chip forward. Eventually won back here by Orange County.
OKC does a really good job on that exchange, keeping the ball on the ground, but then they go long distance and they lose the handle opportunity over. Got to get more numbers in front so that Highland has more options than trying to slide a pass through when there's a very narrow passing window.
So 10 minutes gone here already. A couple of opportunities on headers for Orange County. Nothing too much to talk about, though, for Steve Cook's OKC.
The longer this game goes on and OKC can eliminate scoring opportunities, the better they're going to be, but they can't give the ball up like that. And those are things that are just going to drive Steve Cook nuts.
It was an opening goal in the first few minutes the other day in Los Angeles, a couple miles north in Carson. It was Deshaun Brown scoring that goal. And then they went on to concede 5 straight.
Yeah, you give up 5 goals in a game, it will really rattle you.
Steve Cook told us this week, though, obviously if his team can post a clean sheet, gives him a good chance to win, but even just 1 goal would still give him a good chance to get some points. Here's Forrester, low cross in, took a deflection, and OKC will look to try to play out. Miscommunication. I think they'll get lucky, and this will be a goal kick.
Yeah, very, very lucky, Josh. Look, you got the ball inside the box. You have an opportunity to clear it out. You don't clear it out. You got to be very, very happy that you didn't just get scored on.
The Sports Clip 5-game flex plan is the perfect ticket program for your busy schedule. You choose the matchups you want to see for the schedule that works for you. Plans start at just $95 per seat. Pick one up at orangecountysoccer.com.
Strong left foot there by Lorendi, trying to get something going, but he outkicks the coverage, and here comes OC.
Alston. And here's Darwin Jones, the former Seattle Sounder, looking to advance the ball. Michael Seton, he goes down, and this will be a free kick for Orange County. A potentially favorable position for maybe a few different options.
Yeah, John Brown there committing the foul, and it just shows how incredibly dangerous Seton is. And that might be a broken record by the end of the evening, but he just creates opportunities. He's such a two-way striker. He's not a poacher. He is a full-blown striker. 12
goals and 5 assists for Seton this season, and there we go, a few different options standing over the ball. Quinn, Forrester. Looks like that's been Wolfgang as well.
So this is going to be a big wall, and the ball is probably back far enough that you can try to go up and over the wall and dip it in. But it's just, you have to be so precise if you're going to do that. Better chance is to try to find a seam and make sure that Lorendi is shaded a little bit. Otherwise, you just got to kick it out wide and create an opportunity inside.
That'll be Quinn. It will be Quinn going for goal and hits the wall. The wall did its job.
Yeah, set up right, and it's exactly what he wanted to do. He wanted to go up and over the wall. Didn't get quite high enough, but it was definitely dipping.
Here's another look at it. This OCSC corner, fueled by Shell Fuel Rewards. Text now to 83835 to download the app and begin saving on fuel. Once again, Aiden Quinn. An in-swinger from this near side towards the near post, looking for that flick. Eventually knocked down a play, a throw-in now for Orange County, and they'll go quickly. At least they intend to.
More dangerous than it needed to be, but Quinn, who was not on the pitch a week ago in Edinburgh, now with this team, and you see how dangerous he is.
Quinn was trying to get on the end of that flick by Darwin Jones, and OKC relieves some pressure. Highland a race for it, and he will not get there. Well done by Walker Hume.
Hume a little too slow to get to the ball. Highland breaking on it. A little too nonchalant by Hume.
Now a touch for Douay at the back. These have been few and far between early on in this opening quarter of an hour. Quinn, some pressure there from Deshaun Brown. Switch the play to Alston.
Brown broke on the ball too late. He needs to get there sooner, put more pressure on Orange County.
There's Darwin Jones. Ibeaga was providing the defending. This will roll out for a throw-in.
Yeah, Ibeaga got away with a little rub in his racing.
I like to see that physicality, though, in a game with such big playoff implications. As things stand now, OKC Energy in 12th place. Those are live standings, and Orange County in 7th place, but obviously plenty can change as more of the West Coast games kick off here tonight across the league.
And the West is just so jammed up. So many teams with an opportunity to punch their ticket into the playoffs. Last few weeks of this season in USL Championship are going to just be outstanding.
Plenty of important games really for both of these sides. The next few for Orange County include a road trip to Real Monarchs in Sacramento. They close out with Fresno right here at Championship Soccer Stadium. Those are games against teams that are also right around them in the playoffs, fighting for those home matchups. Potential playoff preview. Ball into the box for Douay.
Once again, OKC with the buildup, which is good. Then they get impatient and they take a shot from basically the Los Angeles airport. They can't take those opportunities without getting closer to Douay.
Join us when Orange County Soccer Club faces off against Fresno FC on Saturday, October 19th for the final home match of the regular season at Championship Soccer Stadium in Irvine. Game starts at 7 p.m. Get your tickets at orangecountysoccer.com/tickets. Another ball into the box, looking for Deshaun Brown. Get it down. Here's Highland. Time to work. He'll go right back in, headed right back away. Eventually falls here for Deshaun Brown. He'll keep it in play. Low cross. It's sent out for another OKC throw-in.
Another good build-up by OKC, and you see the hops of Highland. Highland's only 5'7", but he really gets up there, creates opportunities. Unfortunately, you see the header right there. Unfortunately for OKC, they had to wait on the play for everyone to get back on side, and that kind of shut down some of the opportunities that they had.
Looks like they'll try for a long throw in here by Highland. Here it comes all the way in. Bodies pushing each other, and it will be a free kick now for Orange County back the other way.
Michael Radchuk The man with the barber saw this evening, keeping order on that one. But it's a group play. You got to like the fact that Highland is going to throw it into the box and kind of try to use it just like a corner.
Select is the official ball supplier of USL Championship in many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. This will go out of play for, looks like a throw now for OKC. But when talking with Braden Cloutier about that win streak, he said really the biggest key for it was getting a consistent lineup. They also got some breaks that went their way, but he was able to use a consistent core of about 12 to 13 players, and it seems like that's a bit of a change from early on in the season.
Well, it is, and the fact of the matter is you want consistency in your lineup. Consistency breeds great play. When you know the tendencies of the players that are around you, you tend to play better because you know they want the ball at their feet. They want the ball off their left shoulder, their right shoulder. They want to know when they're running on the ball, is it going to lead them or are they going to run onto it? And when you're inconsistent in your lineup, whether it's for injury or substitution or suspension or whatever it is, that cuts down on that familiarity. And players tend to play better when they're familiar with their surroundings and they're familiar with their teammates. And if you can play the same lineup week in and week out, maybe make one tweak here, one tweak there to give a guy a week off, fresh legs, that's what you want. But you want your core to be consistent, especially going into the playoffs. You want your core to be consistent, and you want to put out your best 11 week in and week out.
And I brought up a talking point from Rick Schantz that in conversations with him from a few weeks ago during their winning streak, and usually coaches, they don't want to make too many changes when they're winning, but when you go on such a long winning streak, whether it be 6 games or whether it be 20 games, you have to keep bodies fresh, and that means you can't really stick with the lineup, even though if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Look, this is a long season. There are a lot of games to be played, a lot of games to be played in the playoffs. Fresh legs, healthy teams at the end of the season. Sometimes those combinations will make the difference between winning and losing in the playoffs. Phoenix, they've got a mark on their back, and they've got to be healthy, and they've got to be consistent. And if they're not, everything they've done all season long could be for naught. Because once the playoffs start, all those points go away.
It could be a team like Orange County that potentially could trip them up, as it could be a potential matchup. Obviously, so many scenarios could play out between now and the end of the season with seeding, and where we stand now could be totally different from a few weeks from now. But still, Orange County, one of those dangerous teams that I don't think a lot of teams may want to play.
Look, you talk about a team like Orange County, you know they're going to make the playoffs. We're going to see this foul on Seton on Ibiaga. But I'll give you a little slightly different scenario. Could be a team like OKC that wins their way into the playoffs, and because they just get in, they could be that seed that ends up playing Phoenix early.
And you'd think that if they make the playoffs at this point, they would have had run off a few wins in a row, and there is a clash of heads. Looks like Alston and Highland. Play definitely will be stopped here by the referee, Michael Radchuk.
Yeah, you see Highland just rubbing his head. He knows he needs to get checked out. That's 50-50. And I'm not sure that either one of them actually, well, it was Alston who made contact with the ball, and then he made contact with the side of Highland's head. You know, it's interesting, Josh, because about a year ago, it was determined that at a certain age, we weren't going to allow American kids to use their head and learn how to use their head. Here's the thing. More injuries take place on headers, not because of contact with the ball, but in 50-50s like this.
Right.
If we don't teach youngsters how to head the ball and how to properly position themselves on 50-50s when they're younger, when they get to this level, we're going to have a problem. We're not going to see it now, but a couple of years from now, when younger players that should be learning how to head at 12 years old, at 10 years old, once they get 17, 20, 25, we're going to see a difference in American soccer because of that situation. Set piece coming up.
It'll be Cordell Cato who stands over it. See what the service provided. He's here from Cato. First real opportunity on a set piece for OKC. Cato might want to play this one short. Instead, he'll go for that near post. Maybe trying to get Dewey.
I like the idea on this, Josh. I don't like the execution. There wasn't a lot on that one.
Trying to spring Darwin Jones free, and he brings it down.
Great move quickly by OC to get the ball on the other side of the pitch.
And look to build into the attack. Played to that far side. And the ground was Brown, and it will be a throw in here for OC, and it looks like a yellow card will be issued to Highland. So Kyle Highland going into the book, and I think it's because he didn't come on when he was supposed to after he clashed heads with Alston. As it looks like now he's running back over to this near touchline.
Interesting that he came on too soon, because you would also think that the fourth official would tell him when he can and cannot go on.
And Alston is back on the field on the far left side of your screen. Now he runs out of it. An interesting decision there by Michael Ratchuk, but something to note for Kyle Highland moving forward in the final about 65 minutes of this game.
That kind of changes things a lot.
A long throw in here, looking for Hume to head it on. Once again on that far side, right back in. End of the way by Atiba Harris. Now it's knocked out of play.
Highland was held back for about 30 seconds. Going back to the set piece on the other side, and Highland in the book at 25. Cato had the right idea to go near post. There just wasn't enough oomph behind the shot. If there is, it's going to be kind of hard for Dewey to go over and clear it and cover it, and that's when you play for the rebound.
Talking to with the fourth official and Steve Cook. Just, I think, to get everybody on the same page as to what just happened. You don't see that every day, though.
No, you see it's very rare, and you brought up the point that Alston was on the pitch at the same time, so why is it good for the goose and not for the gander?
And here is Kevin Alston on the ball. Very experienced player, over 170 appearances in MLS, out of Indiana University. It's McKill Williams who will throw this in on the near side. That will be a free kick, it looks like now for OKC. We'll see how quickly they decide to go.
OKC right now really needs to find an opportunity to string the passes together, and they turn it over too easily. They get it back, but they turn it over too easily.
And it is confirmed that that yellow card was indeed for entering back in too quickly for Highland. So Alston must have followed directions as he gets nutmegged there by Highland. Taken right back and cleared away. Orange County can start a counterattack. Van Wolfgang will play it wide. Now they'll slow things down. There's Aiden Quinn. Past the midway point in this first half. Nothing to split the two sides as of yet. Just a few set pieces. Michael Seton had a header early on that just went wide of the right post. Aside from that, it's really all the danger there's been.
Cato should have taken a different direction to the ball if he had done so. he would have been able to steal it away. Instead, OC marching their way down before the opportunity is stopped.
This one gets put out of play. Check out the new OCSC merchandise arrivals for 2019, including new authentic jersey players are wearing by Adidas at orangecountysoccer.com.
The buildup by Orange County all night long through nearly 30 minutes has been spectacular.
Now here's Seton. For an outlet, it's Forrester now. Forrester looking to find a window to cross, unable to. Now it's Alston. Darwin Jones. He'll go for goal, and he will miss everything. Did it take a deflection? Looks like it did, and will once again be another corner kick here for Orange County. This OCSC corner kick fueled by Shellfield Rewards. Text now to 83835 to download the app and begin saving on fuel.
Jones doing a good job of working the ball to the left, getting the shot off. Didn't have a lot on the shot, one of the reasons why it was able to be deflected, but it turns into a corner 30 minutes in. Another set piece opportunity for the home team.
It will be Forrester to put his right foot through it, looking for that flick at the near post. It's still in there. And eventually, it's Cordell Cato to come away with it. Now it's a foot race to get by Van Wolfgang. He does. Deshaun Brown ahead of him. This is a beautifully worked counterattack, and Due off his line. Well done by the OC goalkeeper.
Brown just about a half a step away from being able to get past Due and walk it in.
We talked about timing with coming off your line. That was nearly perfect timing by the Orange County goalkeeper.
When they get into the dressing room at halftime, that's one of the things that Cook's going to have to talk to his team about, is Due has that tendency to come out of his office, and they need to figure out ways to take advantage.
They cut back in field. Watson, the cross in, cleared away. Well defended there by OC.
Watson with a great ball to get inside, and if there was a little bit more lift on it, would have been a play on Due.
Taken away for the moment by Orange County, but quickly won back by Energy FC. Here's Williams. They fend off the much smaller Darwin Jones.
What you want to see right now from OKC is just patience.
It's like a high boot, and this will go back the other way to Orange County. Possession stats a little bit closer than you may think.
Yeah, 53-47. That's a lot closer than I would have suspected. I would have thought it was been in the 60s for Orange County. What's happening right now is OKC is settled down. They're stringing together some passes, but the service into the box is taking place too far away. They need to get the ball closer to the 18 so that there's more opportunity to actually make a play in the box.
You can see in total shots, nothing. A big goose egg for for OKC so far.
And Cloutier's got to be happy about that. Look, if you don't take shots on goal, pretty good chance you're not going to concede. So for right now, what OKC needs to do is get into the final third, find a little bit more patience, maybe keep the ball on the ground getting it into the 18 rather than trying to serve it up from long distance.
We go through the middle here. Watson, now Highland, just to keep it in play. Watson will try to switch the field quickly. Seton was making the run.
And that was a good play by Seton. Talked earlier about the fact that he's a two-way player. If he times that a little bit differently, he's off to the races.
There's Highland and Alston up for another header. Braden Cloutier asking for a foul. He will get it. High boot once again.
Yeah, that was reckless. Williams probably lucky he's not in the book. Yeah, a little bit more contact and he would have been booked on that.
Was right in front of Braden Cloutier as well. Sent downfield. One back right away here by OKC. The final playoff spots are at stake October 9th when Wednesday Night Soccer returns to ESPN News. Tune in at 4 p.m. Pacific as Birmingham Legion FC fights for the last spot in the East, while upset-minded Hartford Athletic looks to crush those hopes in front of their home faithful. Catch all the drama unfold Wednesday, October 9th at 4 p.m. Pacific on ESPN News. Here's Forrester. Now Quinn distributes wide for Darwin Jones. His cross takes a bounce, cleared away by Beaga.
Another great opportunity for Orange County to march their way down the pitch. It is the clearances by the Energy that are really doing them in right now. They're not doing a good job of clearing it out, getting it into the middle of the pitch, and shutting down the opportunities that Orange County are providing.
Alston towards the back post. There was no orange jersey in the area. This will run out for another OKC throw-in.
You know, Josh, you look at this stadium and you just look around and the foliage and the weather and everything else. What an ideal location to play football.
It really is. This is a beautiful stadium. Orange County hoping to host maybe a few playoff games here as well.
A win tonight would certainly go a long way towards that goal.
Taken away by Williams. Just about 10 minutes to go until halftime. We find an opening tally here in this first 45 minutes. You wonder what OKC can do to try to create a few more opportunities. They've been few and far between, just a few set pieces here and there.
Well, I think for Cook, what happens is right now he's just hoping he can get to the locker room without conceding a goal. If he does that, then he can turn around and break down some of the areas that Orange County can be susceptible and try to exploit them.
There's Watson. Going to go through the middle. Isley is able to knock it wide for Highland. Here's Cordell Cato. Looking for the give and go. He gets it right back. Took a bit of a deflection. He will not be able to keep this in play, and it will be a goal kick.
But what I loved about that buildup is the ball stayed on the ground the entire time. It wasn't anything whipped in from 35 yards out. Keep it on the ground, one touch, build up. If a pass is about a foot closer to the player, play continues. That was the best buildup of the evening for OKC.
Trying for that combination play. Couldn't quite work it correctly, though. Trying to go through the middle. Forrester asking for it with plenty of room to work, but Highland was tracking back. You didn't see him. Knocked back downfield. Isley will be able to turn, keep possession. Forrester tracking back, and it will be a foul called against Forrester.
And that was well earned by Forrester. And you look at the back of that jersey. You got the battles of number 11. And just coming back to the play, Forrester's going to get called on that all night long.
Trying to slow that counterattack there with Christian Isley.
Oh, definitely a professional foul on Forrester's part.
Watson. OKC Energy finds something in this first half. Got a lot of the ball in this area of the field. It's a little bit more difficult when they've tried to advance any further.
Orange County just needs to put pressure on OKC and not give them the passing lanes. Because that's been the winning combination.
Over the top for Highland, and the flag did eventually go up. I thought it would. Dooley made the save anyway.
And that's been the danger when they go over the top like that, when they try to get it into the box long distance, is the timing of the run onside.
Now Orange County get into the attack. The cross for Seton in the middle, and once again, not happy with himself.
Yeah, Seton has gone wide right and wide left now with the heads. The next one's just got to go right up Main Street.
Well, you'd think, right?
Just flicks on, trying to time that jump, giving up a couple inches to the defender, and just not directing it the right way.
Fans, you can continue to enjoy the USL on ESPN through the 2022 season. The USL is excited to announce the championship and League One will remain with the leader in sports for 3 more years. ESPN Plus will continue to be the home of all things USL, and at least 19 games a year will be featured on the ESPN family of networks, including 9 games on ESPN Deportes. Continue to follow, support, and watch your club on ESPN and ESPN Plus. Free kick won here by Orange County.
They don't do anything exciting with it.
Alston looking to go over the top. Trying to be brought down. The shot, it's saved by Lorendi. Kind of an awkward situation there with, it was Jones and Lorendi basically coming right at each other.
Lorendi just being so nonchalant with this, just playing it with his feet. Great ball by Alston to go over the top. And then just kicked away. I'm not even sure you could actually categorize that as kicked away by Lorendi.
His foot was away.
Yeah, his foot was just there and it got knocked away.
Here's Quinn, the in-swinger into the middle. It's still there. Now on this near side, Forrester, he goes down. It will be a goal kick this time.
What I loved about Quinn's service is he rifled it in. There was a tremendous amount of pace to get the ball in. When you move the ball into the middle with that much pace, Josh, you don't give the defenders an opportunity to make a play. Look how quickly this ball comes in. Trying to get it to Hume because that's your big body at 6'5", and that ball was just rocketed in.
It was Atiba Harris providing the defending. Here's Seton again. Good job to keep possession there, and he was fouled in the process.
You know, we're 42 minutes in. This is, with the exception of Alston and Highland going down, this has been an extremely fast first half. Action has gone end to end. You haven't seen a lot of play in the middle. These teams are going right at it.
You can tell that something is on the line between these two sides. Orange County came into tonight above the playoff line. OKC below the playoff line. And we talked with both coaches about it this week, and when talking with Steve Cook about whether this is a must-win game, he said players know the situation. We don't need to harp on it, but obviously they need to start getting some wins here down the stretch. A long throw-in comes in. Oh, it's Forrester. Actually cleared away by Williams, and a foul is called.
Ball spending a lot of time in the air. Seton not happy with the call. Can't imagine he would ever be happy about a call not going his team's way. You rarely see a player like Seton look at the referee and go, yeah, you were right.
Got it right.
You're right. Way to go. Way to go. I'll run the other way. Thank you.
Lorendi will put his left foot through it. Flicked forward. Highland has to be careful, and that is all we will see of Kyle Highland tonight. A red card. as the referee, Michael Radchuk, says he used his forearm. A quick second yellow for Kyle Highland, and he will be dismissed.
So that battle between Highland and Austin has been going on throughout the entire first half. Now, what's interesting about this is the collision earlier sent Highland off. Highland picked up a card in the 25th minute because he came onto the pitch too soon. Radchuk showed him the card. So now his night is over. The complexion of this game changes completely, because for the second half, OC is playing up a man, and OKC is playing without a veteran left fullback. The good news for OKC is that this happens right before the break. Steve Cook and company can go into the locker room and redraw their formation.
Assistant now talking with the fourth official. Well, now things change dramatically. We were talking a few minutes ago of Steve Cook going into the locker room and maybe trying to figure out a way to get some more attacking moments, and now he'll have to do it down a player. So let's see how Orange County can capitalize maybe in the last few minutes of this first half.
Conversation with the fourth official and the assistant for OKC, Danny Stone. And Danny Stone was trying everything he could.
Forrester sends this towards the back post. A little bit too tall. This one will stay in. Another cross in. Seton was there. We might see a lot of this here in the second half. Here's going down. OKC trying to keep possession. Eventually will clear it away. As far as Van Wolfgang.
Danny Stone had been working on the fourth official since Highland came back onto the pitch and got a yellow card. I think they were trying to find out a way to get that card rescinded.
Now towards the top box, Van Wolfgang. Alston. Here's Quinn getting on his left foot, deflecting wide.
What a flurry of activity for OC. Right now, they can't even believe that this didn't go their way. We'll take another look, but it really did look like it was last touch by a member of White. Yeah, it looked like it went off of Watson.
Looked like it was a pretty easy call as well. But out for a goal kick. And Brady Clute, I can't believe it.
And I can't believe we only get 1 minute of added time for your viewing pleasure. I was expecting 3 or 4.
At least a few, but just one. We'll give Steve Cook, I think that's probably a good thing for Steve Cook and OKC Energy. Go back, collect themselves. Maybe not until one more opportunity. Now we just wait for the final whistle.
For Steve Cook's team right now, as we get the whistle to end the 45+1, for Steve Cook's team right now, it's a moral victory to go into the dressing room 0-0. Now you got to go and figure out, how do you keep OC off the board? Down a man.
Well, we'll see what transpires here in the second 45 minutes, but we're through the first 45 minutes here in Irvine. It's Orange County Soccer Club 0, OKC Energy FC 0. We'll take you around the USL Championship right after this during halftime here from Championship Soccer Stadium.
What makes my famous brisket, chicken marinade, and punch so good? A lemon lime secret ingredient I'm never going to tell. 7-Up. Who's hungry? Do more with 7.
world-class goal from Orange County.
Brilliant build-up play. And Orange County has struck again.
Sedber's a chance to put Orange County in front, and he does.
Back here in Irvine, 0-0 our score at halftime, and OKC Energy FC going down to 10 men in the last stages of that first half. At Orange County Soccer Club, they are building for the future. It has been quite the youth movement here for OCSC, bringing in a number of young players, and many of them with youth national team experience at that.
Yeah, you look at this, 17, 17, 17, 14. Youngest professional signee in North American soccer history. And you think about that, remember there was a 14-year-old that signed with DC United a number of years ago, Freddie Adu.
Times have changed.
So Jacobs now is the record holder. We'll see what his career becomes.
Brian Kao and Diego Lopez just signed very recently. Aaron Cervantes has also spent some time on the field for OCSC. Cloutier was talking about this in the prior weeks, just about you have to have those senior players, but you also have to have those young players, so you find that kind of happy medium in that mix.
And then you also have to be a very well-dressed man.
Yes, Braden Cloutier, a very well-dressed coach, but he is trying to find that mix of young players to bring them up through the ranks along with those experienced players. And one of those younger players is Aaron Cervantes, and he has been a pretty bright star for this Orange County Soccer Club side. He'll be off to the U17 World Cup, we think, in a few weeks, and he has turned in a pretty good pro season in his debut season.
Yeah, he really has. 17 years old. You look at it, 11 starts, 14 goals conceded, 21 saves, 3 clean sheets in that. It's the picture. It's the team picture. It's the Rocky pose that just shows that he's got swagger, and you want your keeper to have some swagger.
He signed at 15 years old. He got the save of the week in the win, or pardon me, in the match against Austin Bold. So halftime here in Orange County. Let's go check out what's going on around the rest of the USL.
Long range effort. Oh, that's spectacular. From distance, and it's a goal. That's a great save, Van Oekel. That's it for Hartford Athletic.
Hamilton back out wide. Chance to put this in the penalty area. Chance, a goal! Devin Sandoval brings them to their feet in Albuquerque. A minute to play. Dia puts it in. Definitely headed away. Shot comes in. It's 2-2. Oh, can you believe it? From 2-0 down, Phoenix are level. Making the run, Mo Hernandez, edge of the box. Hernandez, great move, gets free. Hernandez! Gives SAFC the lead.
I told you the big man was feeling it tonight.
No, into the middle.
Oh, good shot!
Goes right, gets the shot away. Score! Nowhere to go for Lorendi.
Back in the middle looking for Cox, trying to set up a shot, and it finds the corner. We're level Ramos bingo! It's off the hands of Hara and in. The opening goal for Toronto FC 2.
Moape lost it. Boateng on the run. Boateng back of the net. Charles Boateng is first in league play.
To send it in. Headed away, couldn't get by the first man. Bermudez might come away with it, and he does! And there's nobody in goal! Greenville are going to score, and they're going to the playoffs! Greenville and Chris Bermudez! Back here in Orange County, halftime between OC and OKC. And of course, OKC just going down to 10 men in the moments before halftime. Let's take a look around the USL Championship. Our news and notes from around the league. A battle for the East, still wild in the West. A lot of playoff positions still up for grabs.
And that's what you want. That's what you want at the end of the season, is you don't want everything decided. You want it helter-skelter, because that's what gets the fans excited.
And it has been an exciting end of the season. Of course, Wednesday night soccer upcoming, 8 Eastern time. It'll be Hartford Athletic and Birmingham Legion. Let's take a look at the Western Conference standings. And here it is. Orange County right now in 7th place, and I mean, it's so close.
Well, you got Phoenix just running away, 75 points. Fresno with 57, and Jaime Chavez is just on fire. I mean, basically in fuego right now. And you look all the way through, and you got the expansion team, New Mexico down there at the bottom. They're playing right now. Austin Bold with the unfortunate situation we're going to get to in a moment, and they're off tonight.
And the upcoming schedule is brought to you by Destination Irvine, a place for business, a destination for fun. And here it is, El Paso Locomotive and Austin Bold, a Texas rivalry, and Real Monarchs OC on Wednesday. That should be an interesting matchup as well.
Oh, they all are, and these games just have so much importance all the way down the stretch, and that's what you want. When you're down the stretch, you want every game to count.
So that is the upcoming schedule. So it is still halftime here. And there was some unfortunate news coming down this week out of Austin. Promise Isaac passing away at the age of 31. Therefore, Austin Bold in an unfortunate situation this week. And Austin Bold had their game suspended tonight, and they will make that up later in the season. Promise Isaac was 31.
At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you.
Fill up for the chance to win free fuel for a year.
That's one of thousands of prizes in the Shell Great Gas Giveaway. Fuel Rewards members are automatically entered when they fill up at Shell.
Back here at Championship Soccer Stadium in Irvine, California, 0-0 is our halftime score. Let's take a look at our first half highlights. They're brought to you by 7-Up. Do more with 7-Up. No goals to tell you about, but still plenty of action both ways in this match. OKC didn't have too many opportunities, and Frederick Duoy was called into a few of these situations early on.
Well, I'm not necessarily sure that he got called into them as much as he called himself into it.
And Michael Seton, the first real chance for OC, a header going wide. We mentioned he missed wide right and wide left.
It's like FSU and a kicker.
So Michael Seton looking to find the middle of the net on his future attempts here as we get into this second half, but it was OC with plenty of corner kicks, plenty of aerial chances, but just not able to find that moment in the end as of yet.
Service into the box for OC has been fantastic. They just haven't been able to convert as of yet.
Forrester, he has been all over the ball, it seems, early on in this match. And OKC, they would have a few opportunities. That one was Kyle Highland, who is not in the match anymore. He was caught in an offside position. And then right back to OC, they would get more opportunities right in front of net, and there was Seton going wide left this time.
Yeah, as I said, you know, seems like Seton just hasn't been able to direct it in the right place, but you know that he's going to be in the right place to make plays.
This was right towards the end of the half, that deflected shot by Quinn. He thought it was a corner kick. It ended up not being a corner kick. And we are just about set to go here for the second half. So we will see what the changes are from Steve Cook, if there are any. I'm sure there'll be some tactical adjustments, but down to 10 men, it will be very interesting to see how this plays out, as OKC, they really need 3 points here tonight.
Yeah, OKC just put themselves behind the 8 ball on this one. Kyle Highland is such a professional, such a heady player, knows exactly what his role is on the left side. And he was battling with Alston and doing a great job despite giving up a number of inches. He was really playing the game, and if you think about it, all right, the card at 42 was earned. But what was the miscommunication in him coming on the pitch early after the collision with Alston at the 23rd minute?
Especially because that's just not something you see every day. Usually it's pretty straightforward to get waved on, or the fourth official is there to, I guess, officiate that situation. But
well, at least to tell you, hey, okay,
yeah,
you
now
know,
you can go.
You can go in. It's kind of like in hockey where the guy opens the door.
Right.
It's kind of the same thing, and unfortunately, wasn't within our vision to see exactly how that went down. And we were a little surprised because Highland had come onto the pitch, and about 30 seconds to 45 seconds after he came on, that's when Michael Radchuk turned and showed him a card. And I wasn't sure if we missed something away from the play. And then to find out it was because he came onto the pitch early, that's a new one by me.
It might have been just because the referee, that's when he realized he saw him on the pitch. It was like, hey, you're not supposed to be on yet. But we said Alston was also on. So an interesting situation there, but we'll see what happens in this second half as OKC Energy down to 10 men for that red card. Kyle Highland is no more in this match. As we get set for this second half, we'll see if Braden Cloutier's side can find a goal here tonight and try to capture those 3 points and get back on the winning track. Of course, they had won 6 straight before last Saturday's loss to RGV on the road. This is their only home match until October 19th against Fresno. They head to Real Monarchs in the midweek and then Sacramento next Saturday.
You see the beard on Llorente. He's shaped it up a little bit differently, mixing some stuff up. And there's the man that really wants to mix some stuff up, and that is Michael Seton, who's come close but just hasn't been able to break through. But, you know, we talk so much, Josh, about what Steve Cook was going to do to figure out how to play a man down. Well, that opposite conversation was taking place in the other locker room with Cloutier trying to figure out how do we take advantage of playing a man up.
We'll see how that plays out. We're underway here in this second 45 minutes tonight from Irvine, California. Josh Eastern, Bruce Silverman here with you. And can Orange County hold serve at home, or will it be OKC Energy to steal a result on the road? Down to 10 men. All to play for here in this second half. Early ball over the top looking for Seton. Might see a lot of one-way traffic in this half.
Looks like the tactical that Steve Cook has gone with has basically gone to a 4-4-1.
Whistle blows, it will go back. And a throw in here to OKC Energy. Darwin Jones to throw it in.
Didn't call his name, I think, once in the first half.
This deflects out for another OKC Energy throw-in.
And that goes off of a guy we didn't call his name either in Duke.
Feel like OKC Energy will try to get number 9 in white a few more touches to Sean Brown. As Jones is pushed off the ball. Another throw in here for OKC Energy right in front of the Orange County technical area.
Yeah, Brown needs to get involved in this game. We haven't called his name.
Steve Cook called Deshaun Brown one of the best strikers in the league. He's always playing on the shoulders of those defenders. So far tonight, hasn't had too many opportunities to affect this match. Ball played over the top. Lorendi off his line, and a big collision there with Michael Seton. Seton is still on the turf.
And that was dangerous. Ball takes kind of a strange hop. It kind of checks up a little bit. And obviously Lorendi is going to go up to make the play on the ball, and Seton just had to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. It took the brunt of it.
So Lorendi to put this back in play. Flicked forward, looking for Deshaun Brown. Leonardo was there. And here's Williams. The possession stats were fairly even through that first 45 minutes. Trying to find Brown there, the number 9.
Jones being a little impatient. We talked about impatience in the first half, and now down a man, you've got to be a lot more patient on the buildup. Foul there. Jones draws it. But you know, we're only 4 minutes into the second half, but so far, still looks like we're at even strength.
Orange County have not yet taken advantage of that extra man. Sure, patience will be a big word we use in the second half with this Orange County attack. There's Michael Seton trying to flick it along for Darwin Jones, just not on the same page. This will be a foul right in the center circle, sending it back to Energy FC. Leonardo committing the infraction. Watson will play this to the far side for McKeel Williams.
OKC has to find a way to advance the ball vertically on the ground, because their aerial attack has just not been there, even when they were playing at even strength.
Forrester played ahead. Van Wolfgang looking to cut it back. It took a deflection right into the hands of Cody Lorendi.
Yeah, Ibiaga sacrificing his body there for a second.
Watson looking to distribute for Cato. Couldn't
that
quite get it over the top again.
That would have been really, really pretty, because Cato was on his horse, and if the ball had been played a little bit higher, it would have been interesting the run he would have made on doing.
Flicked in the middle. Van Wolfgang unable to get on the end of it. Here's Quinn right in the middle. Back into the lineup this week after missing the trip to RGV. It's a crucial part of this lineup for Orange County and Braden Cloutier.
Yeah, and last week, Orange County against RGV. RGV basically hung around in that game and became very opportunistic at the end to get the goal. But right now, Orange County needs to play like they're up a man, and they're not doing it. OKC just playing 4-4 and leaving Brown away from the defense. And so far, they've been able to handle whatever the home team brings their way.
Quinn plays it wide. Wushu contour now into the middle. Van Wolfgang. Still nothing quite there. For Jones. Gonna fend off a few defenders. Now Seton gets closed down and now maybe trying to spark a counterattack. Here comes OKC Energy.
Seton with too many touches to wrangle it in. And moving the ball on the other side. It's unfortunate that they were too many steps, because that was a great buildup. It was a great counter, and when you're playing a man down and you can get that type of counter, you want to take advantage of it.
Braden Cloutier said this is a dangerous counter-attacking team. You suspect them down a man, that the counterattack would be a tactic that they could use to their advantage here tonight. Throw in now for Orange County. Comes to Aiden Quinn. Now Forrester trying to direct traffic at the same time. Alston all the way to that far side. There's Forrester in the middle now. Gets around a few defenders. Forrester with the outside of the right foot. What a strike by Harry Forrester. It's the opening goal for Orange County.
And now you know why Cloutier loves Forrester and why he missed him a week ago in Texas. That was just a golazo. Doing it with the outside of the foot, finding the back of the net, and doing it from distance. That's the triple threat.
Another look at it here. Just beautifully done, an individual effort. Nothing Lorendi could do. Second goal on the season for Harry Forrester, the Englishman. And he has Orange County off and running. Could that be enough to see them over the line tonight with OKC Energy down a man?
Very well could, Josh. OKC down a man, down a goal. This is a very, very difficult hole to climb out of, especially when you give it up like that.
Here's Seton going for goal. Another save by Lorendi. Pushed right back into play. Now trying not to let up is Orange County. Here's Forrester again. Forrester going for goal on the chip. He couldn't quite get it over Lorendi.
You know, we commented during the open that coming into tonight, Cody Lorendi, 98 saves. Could he go over 100? He has.
Probably, yeah. We suspected he might. Leader in saves in all of the USL Championship is Cody Lorendi. I don't know if that's a stat you want to be leading, but I guess it's good and bad.
It's better than leading in goals allowed.
Into this near side, behind the intended target, Wushu Ansa. Here's to Sean Brown in the middle for Watson, and given away. It's been very difficult for OKC to get anything going forward. Forgot about Frederick Due in goal. This one will funnel all the way back to Lorendi in goal.
OKC just needs to find a way to string together some passes, try to get the ball forward to Brown. Defensively, they're shaping better than when they have the ball.
Here's Cato. This one sent out of play by Christian Duke.
Throw-ins need to be a little bit more precise because they can't afford to turn the ball over right now. Every possession counts for energy. They just haven't done a very good job, especially in answering that goal.
Sean Brown will try to play it wide. Energy FC spark an attack here. For Williams, for Watson in the middle. Through the middle for Brown. Couldn't get by the defender, and he ends up on the ground. He is still down, and decision about what to do here. OCSC group tickets are a great way to enjoy an evening of soccer with your community. Save up to 50% off single game prices when you schedule a group of 10 or more. Ask about game experiences and group leader incentives. Contact us at orangecountysoccer.com. Here's Darwin Jones. Very active on the ball tonight has been Darwin Jones.
OKC right now just out of sorts defensively and just allowing Orange County to just string together all of these passes in the buildup.
You will see a lot of this chasing of the ball for OKC Energy. Couldn't quite win it back. There was Alvin Jones. Switch the field for the goal scorer, Harry Forrester. Forrester coming in field again. Forrester, he'll go for goal. It took a deflection. This will go out, and it will be a corner kick. This OCSC corner kick is fueled by Shellfield Rewards. Text now to 83835 to download the app and begin saving on fuel.
Quinn has taken all of the other corners on the evening.
Will do so again here.
The last service was just a rocket shot. He just fired it in. They go short this time.
Wolfgang back for Quinn. And Wolfgang now for Duke. Some chasing being done by OKC Energy, sent all the way back to Frederick Dewey.
That's pretty alarming if you're the Energy. You haven't had a corner, but you've given up 6.
There'll be a foul called against Michael Seton, and it looks like we'll get the substitution here right now. Daniel Crisostomo. Crisostomo will come on. Well, it'll be Christian Duke to come off this player substitution, brought to you by Big Ones Incorporated. Crisostomo, the UC Irvine product, played for FC Golden State Force a few years ago. From right here in Fontana, California.
You gotta wonder at what point does Steve Cook start to go to his bench to get some fresh legs, because we've been playing for more than 15 minutes now, down a man.
Michael Seton now. Looking for Crisostomo, back to his right foot. And his first touch fails him.
Crisostomo, if he had played the ball immediately to his left, would have had a much better shot of putting it on target than stopping it and moving it to the favored foot.
Another look at it here. The first touch of the match for Crisostomo just into the game.
Yeah, he got it to that right foot. His hips were wide open, sent it out wide. If he had planted that left foot and swept through it, Cody Lorendi would have had to make another save.
Here is Michael Seton. Some options on the bench for OKC Energy in the attacking areas. Omar Gordon, Derek Gebhard. Now played through. The cross coming all the way through. Lorendi missed it, and so did Seton at the back post. It's still in play on that far side. Another cross in, and this one will be caught by Lorendi.
Yeah, Seton just flying in on this one.
Another look at it here. Cross all the way through.
Great vision by Seton to know that that ball was going to be coming through.
There is Omar Gordon coming back to the bench area, and looks like he could be preparing to come on. Looks like a throw in here for OKC Energy as well. Comes to Shorn Brown, trying to track it down, and cleared away by Walker Hume. Looks like Omar Gordon is preparing to come on here in just a moment. See who is going to be the one to be taken out. In the middle, looking for Cato. Zibeaga.
Jones needs to do a better job on these near side throw-ins. He's throwing it away. Granted, they're on the ball right now, but they need to possess the ball in the final third, and that's not what they're doing.
Alston. Orange County, I'm sure, content to pass the ball around, take some time off this clock. They try to see out this 1-0 victory up a man.
Well, right now they're nursing the lead, and they're keeping Gordon off the pitch.
I feel like these tired legs will catch up with OKC Energy at some point, but they're really going to have to dig deep. They want to find themselves in the playoffs in a few weeks. Played down the far side now.
You know, we're talking to Steve Cook earlier in the week, talking about this game. He said, it's a must-win. We need to be hungry. Need to defend well, be clean with the ball, and space with the fullbacks. None of those things have happened tonight. They're also down a fullback.
That also would impact things. Just about 25 minutes to go in OKC Energy. It feels like they've been searching for answers since the ball was kicked off.
In the first half, not just in the second when they came out
overall
down a man. They've been out of sorts. Orange County has really dictated this game. You know, we were surprised that the possession was fairly even, but when you look at quality of possession, it's been all Orange County.
So my possession stats can always fool you a little bit.
The only stat that ever matters is the top line, and that's goals scored.
It's 1-0 to Orange County through Harry Forrester. Ball played through, looking for Darwin Jones. He went to ground. Crisostomo able to win it back, but he did commit the foul. Not happy about it. Spreading Cloutier on this near side. And here is the substitution. There will be two substitutions. Cordell Cato will be the one to come off. Number 17 for OKC Energy. So Omar Gordon, Jamaican, comes on. 5 goals, 7 assists for him this season. And it looks like it will be Joe Amico to come on as well. And Kevin Alston will come off. This player substitution brought to you by Big Ones Incorporated. So an Indiana Hoosier comes off and an Indianapolis, Indiana native comes on.
And Amico played that same position a week ago. Went the entire way. Played previously with Swope Park.
Here's Brown all the way into the corner. The cross into the middle, going down in the box, asking for a penalty is OKC. It will not come. Williams right back into Dewey. Nearly a mistake there at the back by Orange County. They're able to get away with it.
Basically the best build-up and the best opportunity that the Energy have had all evening long. Didn't go their way. Didn't think it was a foul in the box. Went down way too easily.
Over the top, looking for Jones on the one-time into the side netting. Oh, that would have been spectacular from Darwin Jones.
Brilliant play by Jones to have the vision to take that shot straight away. Missed it wide outside the net, but really great vision to run on this ball right here, leading them, doing it in step, timing it perfectly, off the mark, but well done.
And that was the first shot of the match for OKC Energy a moment ago to the 15 of Orange County.
And not too sure how many shots they're going to have left by the time we get to 90.
And they have 23 minutes to try to increase that stat just a little bit. They will have to be almost perfect, you feel, in the final third from here on out.
But with a 1-goal lead, Orange County can't afford to make a mistake. One mistake.
Check out the new OCSC merchandise arrivals for 2019, including new authentic jerseys players are wearing by Adidas at orangecountysoccer.com.
You know, we've talked about throughout the game the few times, well, we'll get to this thought in a second.
Sostamo plays it wide. Van Wolfgang. Gordon was tracking back, and now it's cleared out of play.
The way that Frederick Dewey comes out of his office, that could be the equalizer right there. OKC just hasn't had many opportunities in the second half to pull him out. But the way that he's aggressive in coming out of his box to play the ball, OKC may find themselves equalizing just on that alone.
Seton. Now play it wide. Ushuansa. In the middle for Van Wolfgang. He gets it right back. And Wolfgang gets it taken away, and this will trickle out for a corner kick. This OCSC corner kick is fueled by Shell Fuel Rewards. Text now to 83835 to download the app and begin saving on fuel.
So we got 20 minutes left. OKC knows exactly what they need to do. The question is, can they execute it? And now the goal scorer takes this one.
Forrester, an in-swinger towards the back post, getting up for it. It looked like it was Seton. It's kept in play. Lorendi comes away with it, and now OKC Energy, you feel like these are the moments where they have to go quickly. Darwin Jones trying to do his best to slow that down.
And he did. He definitely pestered Lorendi. Lorendi wanted to send it up the pitch as quickly as possible, but his teammates weren't farther enough up.
So now 20 minutes to go. A pretty difficult challenge here for OKC Energy. Down to 10 men here tonight. It's a second yellow card by Highland. Slip forward here for Jones, and he was in an offside position.
Another build-up, another opportunity. Just caught leaning a little too much. The timing needs to be a little bit better. Jones has been knocking on the door. He wants one to go along with Forrester's.
Played forward and knocked out of play. Join us when Orange County Soccer Club faces off against Fresno FC on Saturday, October 19th for the final home match of the regular season at Championship Soccer Stadium in Irvine. Game starts at 7 p.m. Get your tickets at orangecountysoccer.com/tickets. Here's a free kick for OKC. And you feel like these are the spots where they really have to take advantage.
Any set piece opportunity they have down the stretch, they have to make it count. Have to be precise. Have to be creative.
Send it in towards the top of the box, headed away. And I think the flag was up here on the near side. Oh, there was a foul called. Nonetheless, it goes back to OC.
So Due having a conversation with Radchuk. But the service on that ball, Josh, was short. Need to put more air under it, need to give more players an opportunity to take advantage.
There's Owusu-Ansah. And Wolfgang. Darwin Jones going for goal. And it's headed away. A tough header there by Atiba Harris.
Yeah. Harris's forehead right now may say select backwards, because that shot is going to leave a mark.
Had eyes for that right corner from Darwin Jones. And they said it's out for another corner kick. This OCSC corner kick is fueled by Sheffield Rewards. Text now to 83835 to download the app and begin saving on fuel.
And no surprise that Walker Hume is in the 6.
Headed away, Isley. He was not able to turn upfield. Well done by Van Wolfgang. And it will be a foul. This will be a yellow card as well. Looks like that is Leonardo.
That comes in the 74th minute. And that is the first card of the evening against the home team.
And a pretty clean game from the Orange County point of view. I'm sure Braden Klutze has to be at least pleased that his team is in the lead and has managed this game quite well.
But on the other side of things, up a man and the way that they've been playing and dominating, he's looking at this game and going, why haven't we scored more goals?
Of course, with everything being so close, the first tiebreaker in the standings is wins. The second is goal differential. Right now, the OC goal differential is just 9. There's a few less than teams around them in Sacramento and Real Monarchs. They have games coming up against both of those teams in which they can make up the point aspect of that, which is, of course, the first tiebreaker.
Well, you know, when they were in the dressing room at halftime, knowing that they were going to come out of it up a man, they were thinking 2, 3, 4 goals.
Maybe here's another one for OC, and it's into the bottom right corner. It's a goal for Joe Amico. That might see OC to the finish line tonight, 2-0 to the home side.
75th minute. Just as we're talking about piling it on, Amico, who came into the game 9 minutes ago, gets his goal. But here's the most interesting part of this. Joe Amico is the right fullback. What is he doing inside the 18 unmarked to score?
And he finishes with his left foot as well. It's his first goal of the season. And Joe Amico, that has to feel pretty good coming on as the substitute for the captain, Kevin Alston. Amico on the score sheet here tonight with 15 minutes to go. And a big smile as well.
If you're Steve Cook right now, you know the wheels have fallen off. You're still trying to figure out how is it possible that Highland came on too early after a collision in a 50-50 with Alston.
Two-way off his line once again. Yeah, but there's been a lot of questions that I think will go unanswered tonight. It'll be an interesting week preparing for what is up next, a home match against RGV. There's Michael Seton.
But I still believe OKC can take advantage of Douay coming off of his line. The problem is they only have one striker. They're playing a 4-4-1 right now. They could really use the second.
I feel like at a certain point you just have to start throwing numbers forward. Although goal differential is a tiebreaker, but I think OKC need the points more than the tiebreakers at this point.
At this point, it's all about scoring goals.
Here's Darwin Jones looking to do just that. The shot is deflected. Comes here for Owusu Ansah.
He was slow to get that shot off, which is why it was able to be knocked away.
Fans, the USL unveiled its elite youth platform, USL Academy. This allows clubs at all levels across the United States to develop its local youth and compete at the highest level across the USL, including the USL Academy Cup. For more information, visit uslsoccer.com/academy. There's McKeel Williams. Now for Isley. Right back for Williams, making the long run. Douay out of his goal again. Clear this backup field for Isley.
OKC doing a great job of staying on the ball. Douay coming out of his office. OKC just needs to figure out a way. How do we exploit that?
Gordon is fouled by Owusu Ansah. And it looks like we will get a substitution as well, coming for the away side. We might get it in just a moment.
So another set piece opportunity. Brown will take this one.
A little bit closer than the last one, yeah. Jonathan Brown. Curling effort, looking for Gordon. A little bit too far away from him. DeJorn Brown will track it down. Now it's Williams. Towards the top of the box, looking for Isley. Now a counterattack opportunity here for OC. Darwin Jones trying to use his speed. It's flicked back to Lorendi in goal.
Look, he's fast, but being fast and splitting defenders to get to the ball, that's a whole other thing. Service on the other side needed more air underneath it. Players need to be running on the ball and driving the ball in the direction of Douay. And that ball just curled too much, went back the other way.
Walker Hume will send this airborne. Watson and Seton fighting for it. Two Jamaicans going at it. And here is the sub. Derek Gebhard coming on. Acquired from El Paso earlier this season, and it will be Christian Isley to make way. This player substitution brought to you by Big Ones Incorporated. Two subs have been used by both sides. Just one to go. 10 minutes left. Game dominated by the home side here tonight as they look for their 9th home win. Moved to 9-3-4 at home and looking for win number 13 overall. It would get them up to 48 points.
Gebhard comes in, playing 18 games for El Paso before he joined the Energy. Made 60 appearances for the Jacksonville Armada in the NASL. He's got speed and technical ability, and he's a goal scorer.
Exactly what they need at this point, but trying to be too little too late. Aiden Quinn playing it wide towards the end line. Van Wolfgang will keep it in play. Cutting back, his cross in the middle, headed on, and a great diving save in the end by Cody Lorendi.
Now, Josh, what did I tell you earlier in the game? Seton goes wide right, then he goes wide left. I said the next one's going up the gut. Lorendi was there, but he was right on target.
It was. Here's Gordon, trying to make something happen.
Quality of the throw right now has to be there, and Jones has not had good throw-ins. Gets away with one there.
Coming in the middle is Deshaun Brown, and it's knocked away. Diaga on it.
Brown needs more help, especially in the final third. They haven't made many trips there in the second half. They need to make every trip count.
As things stand now, if you look at the live standings, it would be Orange County in 5th place, in the level on points with Sacramento, 2 points better than Real Monarchs, and this will be a free kick coming now for Orange County.
You know, we talked to Cloutier earlier in the week. Coming off of that loss against RGV, he said it was time to refocus after the 6 straight wins, and that from here on out, they considered themselves in the playoffs, and that every game was a playoff game. Every game was a one-off. Tonight, they refocused. They have shown why they're one of the better teams in the West. They like the fact that they got Quinn and Forrester back. Forrester getting that early goal at 53, and now they have an opportunity to put a third on the board.
It's Quinn and Forrester standing over this now. It'll be Quinn. The left foot going for goal. It's right at Lorendi. And in that conversation with Braden Cloutier, he said he's obviously well aware of what's going on in the West, but so they really haven't paid too much attention to the table, but they did pay attention when they were losing, and that might have been the reason why they weren't as successful early on in the season, along with maybe a few other things, but they have really turned things around as of late, helped by that 6-game win streak. It's always helpful when you can get 18 points out of 18.
Oh, there's no doubt. That will change your fortunes. And I'd also rather play better at the end of the season than the beginning of the season, because if you're going to make the playoffs, you want to have momentum going into the playoffs.
You do not want to limp in by any means. All about peaking at the right time. You hear that a lot towards playoff time. Played ahead for Deshaun Brown, going down in the box. And it's waved away by Michael Radchuk. Maybe the second shout for penalty tonight.
Brown in the box, the ball, trying to get the ball in front of him. I'd like to see that one more time if we can, gentlemen.
It looked like he might have tripped over the ball.
And that's what I would have loved to have seen it a little bit slower, but I think you're right. But because there were 2 defenders there, the tendency is to believe maybe he was pushed down. But I think he did trip trying to bring the ball from behind him to in front.
Right ahead and into the hands of Lorendi. Played wide. There's McKill Williams. Deshaun Brown, a lot of hands up, and you know what that means? Offside.
Always love when you see them put their hands up like they're going to really change anything.
Sub here will be Vinicius to come on. Well, Darwin Jones, the speedster, will make way. Let's go back and look at that penalty shot once again.
I do believe that the ball is what causes him to go down, but I think he did get nicked just enough when he went back to put his foot on the ball. Clearly not a penalty. But last substitution here in the 86th minute.
This player substitution brought to you by Big Ones Incorporated. Is the final sub of the night. Brazilian on here for the final knockings of this match here tonight.
Another build-up opportunity for OKC. They've got to keep it station to station.
Here's Gordon coming into the middle. Gordon with some room to work. Quickly closed down. He's all over the field, Omar Gordon.
Yeah, Gordon doing a great job of trying to create an opportunity. But then, because they're playing a man down, 2, 3, 4 bodies get around him. And it wasn't like OKC was really giving him opportunities to spread the ball out.
A lot of room on that far side. Rolled in, and Atiba Harris able to cut it out. Seems like they've had a few more chances, OKC, but on goal, not a whole lot. There's Jones. He was clipped from behind.
But here's the issue. Jones trying to be a one-man wrecking crew, and he only has 2 teammates to the right. He needs a whole battery of opportunities. Otherwise, all those orange kids are just going to shut him down.
Jones and Watson to stand over this. And now it's Watson. Service towards the top of the box and pretty easily cleared away by Orange County.
Better service that time by OKC than the last time. With time running out on the visitors. Running out on their season and their playoff hopes.
Those two providing the soundtrack tonight here at Championship Soccer Stadium. Really nice venue, a good atmosphere here in Irvine, California.
What's not to like about being in Southern California in October?
And you're about 5-10 minutes away from the happiest place on earth as well. Couldn't be that bad. Lay down this near side. Ushuansa, left-footed cross. It's cut out and won back by OKC.
Despite giving up the 2 goals, being a man down, I think OKC has played well in the second half. It's always difficult when you're down a man for more than 45 minutes.
And as things stand now, they will be in 14th place at the end of the night, and that would be 4 points off of 10th place after New Mexico United sit with 42 points after their 1-1 draw with RGV, who OKC will play next week. Trying to split the 2 defenders, but Brown was in an offside position already.
And Brown didn't even know where the ball was.
We get into stoppage time here at the end of this match tonight.
We only had 1 minute in the first half, and it seems like the second half is even cleaner.
Well, we will get 2 minutes of stoppage time here at the end of this first half. Played into the box and cleared away. Wrapping up what, for all intents and purposes, a successful night for Orange County. Getting the 3 points at this time of year, getting 3 points is usually the most important thing.
Well, it gets them right back on track. It's a winning streak of 1 after the loss last week in Texas.
And for OKC, only 2 more opportunities to gain points, and they will need a lot to go their way from here on out. RGV next Sunday, and then at Phoenix the Friday following, so a bit of a short week as well. You'd think they'd have to get 6 points to have any shot at making the playoff. 4 points would only put them level with New Mexico, who currently are in 10th. A difficult proposition facing OKC as this season winds down.
Saw Orange County a week ago at RGV. The way they played tonight, completely different than the way that they played a week ago.
Trying to go right over the top to Sean Brown. Dewey way off his line. Look how far out of goal he is. He might as well stay out with only 15 seconds to go. It's not able to be kept in play on the near side by Jones.
Brown unable to take advantage of that, but I told you the opportunities would be there because he was coming out, and that's going to do it. 2-0. And that man's got to be very, very happy that not only did he get the win, but he's got Quinn back, he's got Forrester back. Forrester in great form, barely missed a trick, gets his goal in the 53rd.
And this team looks like it is really starting to peak at the right time. And there is our man of the match presented by Body Armor. It's Harry Forrester scoring that first goal. He was really all over the field tonight for OC.
He was fantastic. He really, really was. Ended up taking some corners towards the end of the game after Quinn took him early on. That is a well-deserved honor as man of the match.
Tonight's save of the game is brought to you by CISO Share, moving security programs forward. Well, there's only 1 shot on goal tonight for OKC, and this is it right here. And it was eventually just a pretty straightforward catch. That was just kind of the night it was. And I think if you were Braden Cloutier, you will take that.
Yeah, and I think we only called Dewey's name as much as we did because he decided to come out of his office as frequently as he did.
So one more break. We'll come back here to Irvine and wrap things up. A 2-0 win for Orange County tonight over OKC Energy.
Take a mile. Just like that.
Goal! Orange County. Oh, it's a world-class goal from Orange County.
Think all premium fuels are the same? New Shell V-Power Nitro Plus premium gasoline is engineered with 4 levels of defense against gunk, wear, corrosion, and friction. That helps keep your engine running like new. So maybe it's time to unthink what you think about premium fuel. Shell V-Power Nitro Plus premium gasoline. It's fuel for thought.
Give them an inch, they will take a mile. Just like that.
Goal! Orange County. Oh, it's a world-class goal from Orange County.
Three points for the home side, and pictures and smiles for everybody wearing orange tonight. 2-0 to Orange County over OKC Energy. Let's take a look at tonight's highlights. They're brought to you by 7-Up. Do more with 7-Up. And a good night if you are wearing orange. Not so if you were in a white kit. There were plenty of opportunities for the home side tonight.
They just brought it. They went vertical. Seton, that one went left. He had an earlier one when he went right.
We're all in the first half. Darwin Jones, he was all over the ball tonight as well. And there'll be more opportunities. This was a deflected shot there by Aiden Quinn. This was really when the pressure was ratcheting up on OKC Energy. And then come the second half, there'll be more opportunities coming for Orange County.
But Seton always in the mix all night long.
And Harry Forrester really providing a moment of brilliance. What a goal this was. The second goal in the season by the Englishman. And he just finds that left corner.
53rd minute, outside of the boot, makes it 1-0. That's the only goal that was needed. But we would see another one when Amico came in. And Amico was the man who was just getting his picture taken.
A good night for Joe Amico, scoring his first goal of the season here tonight. And there will be plenty more to come for Orange County. It's driven all the way across by the left back, Ushu Ansa. And then eventually there would be the opportunity. This was a great one-time shot there by Darwin Jones.
Jones just timing the run perfectly, just couldn't put it to the left of the post.
And here was the goal by Joe Amico, able to find that bottom right-hand corner, and that would basically seal things for Orange County here tonight as they come away with 3 points. A good night overall for the men in orange.
Not sure exactly what the right fullback is doing inside the 18 unmarked like that, but it works well for Joe Amico as he gets the goal in the 75th minute.
Here are the full-time stats. They're brought to you by Pro Sport, and really not a whole lot happening for OKC Energy tonight. On the other side for Orange County, it was basically one-way traffic.
No, it really was. And actually, I'm surprised that the possession is only 64 after playing up a man for 45-plus minutes. The only stat that ever matters is the one next to goals. But 19-0.
You don't see that every day.
No, I mean, and that's, and don't forget, there was 44 minutes where they did play at equal strength.
So that is going to do it tonight from Irvine. 3 points for the home side, nothing for the road side, and it will be a tough end of the season for OKC Energy. That does it tonight from Irvine, California, where it finishes Orange County 2, OKC Energy 0. For Bruce Silverman and our entire crew, I'm Josh Eastern saying so long from Irvine. Orange County 3 points ahead of the end of this season upcoming.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.